Hello everyone, welcome back to the course Autodesk Fusion 360 for beginners. And in this lesson, we are going to design an adjustable swivel bracket. And to design it, we have to apply some features such as slow tool, and also we are going to practice the circular pattern tool which we've applied in our previous lesson. So to start, we'll start by setting the type of design. In this case, we can choose part design, but as our custom, we'll be using every design and create new. Now we just need to select the view. So we select front view, and then we'll go to the toolbar and select create sketch. Now we just need to set that view. So to start sketching, we'll go to the toolbar and select line tool, and then we'll start in the region, and we can set a line of 165, and then we can click OK. Now we can go to the toolbar again and set line tool, and we can start in the region and set 16, and then we can click OK. Now we'll go again in the toolbar and select line tool, and now we want to start in this point and set as 36, and then we can click OK. Now we go in the toolbar, and at this time we set center diameter cycle, and then we can start in a random point and set 25, and then we can click OK. Now we go in the toolbar and select sketch dimension, and then we can start by this line and also by this center in this case, and we can set as 36, and then we can click OK. Now we want to sketch from this line and also from this cycle as well, and we can set as 75, and then we can click OK. And when you want to sketch the dimension, you just click in one of the points and also in the cycle, and then by clicking in your right, you'll be able to sketch the dimension in this case. So to continue, we'll be using now the cycle tool again, and you can set in this point and set as 50, and then we can click OK. Now we want to create some construction lines that will help us in our drawing. So we're going to the toolbar and select line tool, and now we want to start from this point and set as 15, but make sure that the line type is to construction line. Okay, so we can set and click OK. Now again, we want to create another construction line that will help us. So we're going to the toolbar again and set line tool, and now we want to start from this point, which is directly aligned with the cycle in this case. So you can start in the bottom line and then click it once, and we can go upwards as 111 in this case, and then we can click OK. Now we can change the line type again to normal ones in this case. So now we'll be applying slowed. So we're going to toolbar and select create, and we'll scroll down until we find slowed, and we'll have to expand it, and then we'll go in this expansion that opens, and we'll select 3 points arc slowed. In this case, we'll select it, and now we just need to start from this point that we've created, our reference point in this case, and also we want to click in this reference point that we've created as well. Now we can drag it a little bit and you'll see that it will be generated. Make sure that you go it until you find this small line that is being generated in this case. So make sure that you make a curved line in this case, not just a right one in this case. Make a curved one in this case, and then you can click it once and you can drag it a little bit and set as 30, and then you can click OK. So that's it in this case. Now we want to create another lines in this case. So go to the toolbar and select line tool. Now we want to create again a reference line. So we're going to sketch palette and change the line type to construction line. So now we want to start from this point. So we can select this point and go to the right as 15 and then click it once and then go upwards and also click it once. Now we can change again line type to normal line, and now we can go to the toolbar and select point rectangle, and then we want to start from this point, in this case our reference point, and you can click it and go upwards, and we'll make sure that we align with this point. In this case, make sure that we align it with this point. So as it is aligned, as now we want to also set the width. So we click tab and then we'll be able to set the width. We can set as 30 exactly in this case, and then we can click OK. So that's it. Now we want to remove the unwanted part. So go in the toolbar and select trim. We want to trim this part, which is unwanted one, and also this part, and we can zoom it to also trim this part in this case, and also we want to trim this part and this part as well. So now we can close our sketch in this case to have a complete one in this case. So we're going to toolbar and select line tool, and then we can select this hand point and then move it to the right until it finds this cycle in this case, and then we can click it once and you'll see that it has already closed in this case. Now we want to create another reference line in this case. So we're going to toolbar, in this case in our sketch palette, and change the line type to construction line, and we want to use this reference line that we've created, but at this time we want to start in this bottom line, which you see, and then we can click it once and go upwards and set as 27, and then we can click OK. And now from this point we want to create another line, but first make sure that we change again line type to normal one in this case, and then go to the toolbar and select line, and we want to start from this reference point that we've created now. So we'll select it and we'll go to the right until it finds the hand point in this case, which is here where this sketch hands in this case. We can click it, and now we want to align this point. You can zoom it to align this point. Make sure that it is aligned to this corner in this case. It is here in this case, and we can select it and move it downwards until it finds this line that we've created now. That's it. So now we can go to toolbar and select trim. Just want to trim this small part. That's what we want to trim in this case. And now we also want to create another line in these two corners in this case. So we're going to toolbar and select line tool, and we want to start from here by also setting this middle point of this cycle and then moving it downwards, and then we can click OK in this case. And also we want to trim this line, so go to toolbar and select trim. We just need to trim this part in this case. Now we want to apply fillet, so we go to toolbar and select fillet, and we want to apply fillet here in this case. Make sure that you select here and you can set as 6, and then you can click OK. Let's do the same here as well. So we'll go to toolbar and select fillet and just select this part and set as 6, and then we can click OK. Now we want to create cycles in this shape, so we're going to toolbar and select center diameter cycle, and we'll use this point to set our first one and set this 12, and then click OK. Now another one I want to create also using this point and setting as 12, and then click OK. Now we're going to toolbar and select create and scroll down until we find circular pattern, and now we just need to select this cycle as the object and the center point. You can select it and click on this line. So now we can set the quantity. We can increase here in this case by going and increasing it right to the one that we want, which is 12 in this case, and then we can click OK. Now we just need to trim these ones that we don't need, so we're going to toolbar and select trim, and we can start trimming these ones that we don't need in this case really quickly. Make sure that you trim all the cycles that you don't need in this case, and there is also this small one that we don't need that was also generated in this case. Select it and trim it carefully so that you don't misunderstand and select another cycle in this case. So now we can finish sketch. Now we can start extruding it. So start, we're going to toolbar and select extrude. Now we just need to first select this part and extrude it to 56, and then we can click OK. Now we go in our browser and scroll down until we find sketches and expand it and unhide it. Now we just need to select this part. We select it, and then we go into toolbar and select extrude, and we want to extrude it to exactly 61, and then we can click OK. Now we also want to select this part and extrude again, so we're going to toolbar and select extrude. This part is already selected, and we can extrude it to -5. We can set it manually in our keyword, and then we can click OK. Now we want to extrude this part, so we're going to toolbar and select extrude and select this part, and also want to extrude this part and also this part as well. We want to extrude it as 12. We can click it in our keyword as 12, and then we can click OK. And now we just want to extrude this part, so we select it, and we're going to toolbar and select extrude, and we also want to extrude this part at the same time. So you can extrude it to -5. We can click in our keyword and then we can click OK. Now we go into toolbar and select extrude. Now we select one of these sketches, in this case, to also extrude it at this part, in this case. So you can approach it to be able to extrude it in this part that is missing, in this case, that we want to cover it. So we will also want to extrude it at the same time to have this shape in this part as well. So we can select it and then extrude it to also close that part. So we can make sure that we zoom it so that we can be able to extrude just that part in this case. We can go to our borders and then we can close it and then select this part, and we can go again in our browser and hide it, and then we want to change the start point to object, and then you can just select the object, in this case as this one, and we can extrude it in this case just to close that part. You can extrude it as -44, and then we can click OK. So that's it in this case. And also there is an excess that we don't want in this case, which we want to remove. So we'll select this part and create a sketch. Now we're going to toolbar and select line tool, and we just want to select this part and also move it until this part, and then we can finish the sketch. Now we can select this part and then go to the toolbar and select extrude, because we want to remove this part, which is the unwanted one in this case. So we can cut it as -44, and then we can click OK. So that's how it is in this case. So now we can go to the toolbar and hide our sketches to see our design exactly how it is as a final model in this case. So that's how it is. So thank you all for being here until now, and I hope to see you all in the next lesson. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any upcoming lesson. Thank you all, and peace.